Oh, thank you. Thank you, guys. Oh, thank you. Okay. That's right, folks. Dakota is finally back, and let's talk about what you guys have missed while I've been gone. Dakota is finally back on YouTube. I've been gone for about 5 days. It's been about 5 days since I posted a video. Some of you guys may not have noticed. My ad revenue, certainly noticed taking a week off of work. That one hurts a little bit. For those of you who don't know, I'll post a little video right here, the last video I made. I got sick with COVID and I've been out for a while, and now about a week later after getting that positive test result, I'm feeling a little bit better, and at least enough where I realized I need to kick my lazy ass in gear and start making more content and taking care of the animals a little bit better. Mostly actually just cleaning. The animals are well taken care of, but the reptile rooms are a mess and something needs to be done about that. So I figured I'd debut the new videos out and talk a little bit about what you guys missed. That includes some breeding updates we've got with some of our gecko projects, what's going on with this breeding season. We are just about to pair a lot of stuff, and we're going to talk about that in a second. And then finally, we'll get into those new animals we got, because I actually got 2 new animals that are actually the biggest animals at DBCB Exotics now. They're massive. These things are absolutely huge. They're absolutely fantastic. I can't wait for you guys to see them, but we'll save that one for the end when we make our way up to the reptile building. For now, let's talk about some geckos. So pretty much we're gonna split the gecko part up with stuff that's already paired and how that's going versus stuff that needs to be paired, that we'll be talking about what the pairings are gonna be, how soon are we gonna be pairing, and what you guys can expect. So first off, let's get right over here now. Pretty much everything over here is already breeding, which is fantastic. If we look on over here in this enclosure, if I can find them. Sometimes you make this thing a little too foliaged. Their camouflage is really good. I didn't even notice that that guy was here. So here's the male. I'm still looking for the female, if I can find her. I can't get to her. She is like fucking, she is being very stubborn and running around the whole cage. And they bite. Chihuahua geckos bite you. I got bit by the male a couple of times. The female I haven't gotten a bite from, but they don't feel too good. So what's going on with the Chihuahuas is I do believe that the female is gravid. And so she's looking really swole. Her belly and abdomen is looking really full. And I do expect eggs from these guys here pretty soon. Probably within the week, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less, but that is going to be absolutely awesome. Our first time getting Chihuahua gecko eggs. It's going to be a great project. I already got the incubator all set up. We got it right down here, right under these standing-eyed geckos. So they're going to be going in there. We'll be incubating them, and hopefully this year we can hatch our very first Chihuahua geckos of our own. Next up on the list over here, we've got our giant Madagascan giant day geckos. Now, if you can see, we've got the male over here looking pretty bulky, but the female is also looking pretty big and pretty swole from the looks of it. I imagine that she is gravid too, so not only will we be getting Chihuahua eggs from right over here, we will also be getting some Madagascan giant day gecko eggs here very shortly. We've got a couple of spots for them to lay. I know they like laying in like Y-shaped branches, so we've got like this. There's that over there. There's a couple of stuff down there. You can see the branches. So that's pretty cool. I'm really excited about that we can finally get some day gecko stuff going, some Chihuahua gecko stuff going. Happening a little bit sooner than expected, but we already have everything set up beforehand. I went a little bit and prepared over time, because obviously with the amount of gecko babies and eggs we are going to be getting, I don't want to have anything like I run out of substrate medium, I run out of incubation bins, the incubator's not set up. I don't want anything like that, so we made sure everything's good to go and we are all set. But very exciting stuff, man. I fucking love these day geckos. Just look at this little guy. Just look at him. Look, he just looks at you. Yeah, you can definitely see. Look at how round that belly is. We are going to get some eggs from her very soon as well. See, over on this shelf, of course, we've got our beautiful standing-eyed geckos. Now, if you did see a little bit ago in one of my other videos, I don't know where I put the thing, we got a little infertile egg from them. It was laid right here on the ground. It almost looked like a giant urate, but it was obviously way too big to be a urate. So we are getting infertile eggs from these guys, which means these guys are laying. Now, I'm not too sure where they're all at. I can see, if we come on over here, you can see one of them, and I wouldn't say she's gravid. I don't think she's gravid right now. Sorry about this. There's a hole I have like a little note card taped up, and so I don't want him escaping, so we're doing that. It's not working out too well, but you know, it is what it is. I'm sure you guys are also noticing the really rad broadleaf plant I put in here. We'll have another video about that. I've been filming some stuff, but I never made an actual complete video. So we have a bunch of like parts and stuff going on. So the plant is one of them. We'll be showcasing that and a lot of other stuff that I've been doing with individual enclosures, really upping the reptile care game and the decorations, things of that nature. We'll talk a little bit about that in a different video either later this week or maybe next week. And lastly, let's get into Gecko Talk Part 2. Now, these geckos, man, I am really stoked for this. Of course, the biggest year is going to be our 2022 year, and we have a lot of stuff to pair. Coming over here, we're going to have our biggest crested gecko year. We've got, let's see, what do we got? We've got Galaxy going to be pairing. We've got Cookie that's going to be pairing. We've got Pebbles that's going to be pairing, and then we've got Sprinkles over there, which is also going to be pairing. So we are pairing 4 crested geckos this year, all Super Dalmatians. Of course, we'll be doing our two best males, Spice and Spots, depending on if it's Cookie or a Tiger Stripe Dal. Gonna be really awesome stuff, guys. We have been hatching some incredible crested geckos. I'll show you, I'll give you guys a little look at what our holdbacks look. I was gonna make this into a separate video, but if you just take a look over here, I'll show you guys my star players of 2021, the breeding season, because Jesus Christ, it is just awesome. Oh, he's out. Hang on, let me, it's hard to do with one hand, guys. I'm trying my best. Take a look at that. Oh my God. Look at that. Look at that animal right there, man. Holy crap. Look at those spots, dudes. We have that one, and then... Oh, man. That is a spotty animal. You gotta remember, this thing's only like 5 or 6 grams, so think about it as an adult, all the spots it's gonna have then. It's gonna be absolutely fantastic. Contender number 2 over here, you see those giant ink blots going on, man. Absolutely fantastic. Look at that. Look at the size of those spots, my guy. Also going to be just an incredible crested gecko. Absolutely fantastic, man, and that was just from a Cookie and Xena baby. So imagine when we put Galaxy in the line, what she's going to be able to produce with Spice, man. Absolutely fantastic. I cannot wait for it. Jesus Christ, dude, stop saying fantastic. It's like the 15th time. Holy shit. Alright, that's all. Back to the video. And if we come on down over here, of course, our gargoyle geckos. We got to be pairing our gargoyle geckos. Now, the gargoyle season is going to be a little bit later, and that's simply because of the fact that the pair that I bought not too long ago isn't going to be able to ship out until late March, early April. So that's when we're going to start our gargoyle gecko project. Right now, we only have a yellow striped female. We have a brown striped male. And then, of course, our red-based red striped girl. I don't think I'm going to breed her this season, really thinking about it. I think she's going to go next season when she's a little bit bigger. I like to grow my geckos a little bit out. I want to make sure that care and the animal's life is really the main priority, not me producing babies. So we'll give this girl another year. I'll take that year to find and source out another really good male for her, and we'll just have some banging red gargs next season. Yes, the yellow stripe stuff is going to be absolutely awesome. We've got, yeah, she's hiding somewhere. They like to hide. Sometimes she's out in the open. She really lives. You can see that she like moves all the substrate and then poops right in this corner right here. Very strange gecko, but she's absolutely awesome. Like with these yellow striped guys we got coming in, dude. Beautiful trio. It's going to be some, if you're looking for golden like gargoyle geckos, these are going to be the geckos for you. And last but certainly not least, let's talk about the Tokay Gecko project. Now, breeding season is going to be happening here pretty soon at DBCB Exotics. I like to start pairing my animals the last week of January heading into February, so that is like a week away. It's like the 18th or 19th now at some point. I don't really know what the date is, but we're like mid to late January. It's almost time to breed these geckos, so we've got a couple of stuff going on right here. This girl's big enough to pair. You can see she's very large. Her tail's starting to look good. We're going to get a couple more feedings into her, but she should be ready to go by then. Of course, Oddball, or unidentified morph, that absolutely loves that cork bark and hides in it constantly. We've got this girl as well that'll be breeding, and then this one, we're going to hold off on a little bit with this one, because you can see she's kind of big, but not super big, and I want to breed super big Tokay geckos, so we're gonna give her probably another month to get some more food in her, get a little bit more weight on her, a little more calcium, stuff like that, and then we'll pair her a little bit later. But for this one, we are going to be doing, I believe the strat is going to be Green Galaxy to this one, obviously, granted to oddball again. We are going to be doing reduced pattern to this girl, and then once this girl's big enough, when we get some babies from him, I'll probably put this male, the Green Galaxy male, into this one as well. So we're gonna have some good stuff, a lot of Het Green Galaxies, reduced patterns, of course the oddball to oddball to granite stuff going on, a lot of cool stuff, man. Can't wait to see it, it's gonna be awesome. Oh, you know what, I might scratch that idea. You know, we've got Pumpkinhead chilling in this enclosure right here. I might, you know, this girl still needs a couple of months to bulk up. I might put Pumpkinhead with her when they're ready, because then we'll have all the males and all the females paired except for Big Red. Big Red's just gonna chill inside that big cage, and that might be the strat. Actually, we might finally doing some Pumpkinhead, because this is like a weird if I can get her on camera. I got the wide angle lens, so it's not gonna work so well. You can see, and she's fired down right now, but she is a lot lighter than. What are you doing in the reptile room? What are you doing? What are you doing? You see that? You see that pee? She peed in here this morning. This is what I deal with. This is what I deal with on a regular basis. Cats coming, my cat coming in here and peeing on my stuff. I don't know too much what she's about, you know, it's just a wild hunch. It's probably gonna turn out to nothing, but maybe a possible het of something, possibly? I don't know, we'll have to breed it and find out. So yeah, we'll do Pumpkinhead to the little light colored girl, see what comes out of that, that'll be interesting. And yeah, so we've got the Toki geckos going on, we've got the crested geckos, we've got the gargoyle geckos, and we've got the day geckos and Chihuahua geckos going on. What's been happening? We should expect eggs here pretty soon, within a week, maybe 2 weeks max, and then of course the pairings will be taking place here next week. It's gonna be great stuff. Now I know you guys are probably thinking, Dakota, no one cares about your geckos. Let's see these big giant lizards you keep talking about. Well, in order to do that, we're gonna have to take a trip over to the reptile building, and we'll do that right now. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Yep, right where you came in. All right. All right, what's going on in here? Just hanging out in the cabinet, trying to get some sweet potatoes, is that it? Huh? All right, you take care now. You know, I don't think I guys ever showed you my new trapdoor that I have for this. So obviously this whole thing was open, and it's cold down here. It's pretty chilly. It's probably somewhere around 45, 50 degrees. Well, I got my big coat on. So honestly, yeah, we made this little like trap door. It's not completely sealed, but it does keep in a lot of the heat upstairs and keep the cold out. However, it's a little tricky on how to get in. You come over here, right? Come over here. Then you open her up. Yeah. And then you squeeze in. Now you're probably wondering, Dakota, why'd you show us your trap door? Well, I got a story for you guys, that's why. Truth be told, and I'll just put this out there right now, I know, this place is a freaking disaster. There is stuff absolutely everywhere, the floors are dirty, but come on guys, just let me explain. Imagine this, all right? Imagine this, all right? Here's where we're gonna put a little fantasy. You gotta use your imagination on this one. So imagine this, right? Imagine it. You got yourself, you're feeling good on the weekend, you go to the expo, and you pick up a 5-foot monitor lizard, really big boy. You got him in this bad thing to transport him home. You got a new giant lizard, and you're like, all right, let's put it in a temporary bin, or a temporary thing. I could have just left it in this thing overnight. This is a really big bin. I don't even know what I'm gonna do with this thing now that I have it. Leave it in the bin overnight, and you tell yourself, all right, man, tomorrow let's go get some substrate, and let's fucking build a really big cage for a really big lizard. Then the next day comes upon you, and all of a sudden you got COVID. And for those of you that don't have COVID, you don't know what I'm talking about. You don't understand. The people that have had COVID, I know a lot of you have COVID. A lot of you guys are commenting on that last video. You understand how hard it is, how absolutely exhausted you are. Destroyed, man. Getting up and taking a poopers is like doing a marathon. It's impossible. It's very, very tough stuff. Now, imagine you're feeling like that, right? Completely exhausted, worn out of energy, you have a fever, you're coughing. Now, you have to lift 300 to 400 pounds of substrate, right? A lot of fucking substrate. And remember, folks, don't you guys forget, we've got the trap door, and this doesn't come up. I put this as tightly in here as I can. So you're lifting these giant bags of sand up this fucking thing, and you're coming over and you got this thing, you're like, oh my god, it's fucking heavy! And you're pouring it inside that giant 5x5x7, right? 5x5x7, and you've got all these giant 50-pound bags of substrate and peat moss and dirt, and you build yourself a giant lizard cage, right? Do you really have the energy left to clean the place afterwards? No. No, you don't. You don't have any energy left. I almost died. The sand was so dusty and I'm coughing. I'm like hacking up lungs in here. It was bad, dude. But I got it done, you know? The cage is looking good. The cage is all set up. The monitor lizard is happy. But the place is dirty. The place is dirty. That's just, you know, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? I'll clean it up. I'll clean it up is what I'm getting at. So that's my story. Now, at this point in time, boys and girls, I bet you guys are like, Dakota, please just shut the fuck up, dude. Just show us the lizard. We want to. You're killing us with the suspense. And I'll show you guys. I will. You know, we've got one giant lizard in this 5 foot by 5 foot by 7 foot enclosure. And then if we come right on over here inside this 8x4x4, we've got the other giant lizard. We moved Bertha out of here into, there's an enclosure behind you. I needed the window, blah, blah, blah. Bertha's brooming, it doesn't matter. She can stay in a small enclosure. While she's sleeping, she'll be put him in there. So we've got two giant lizards, right? Right, folks? Let's talk about them. You know what, guys? I'm so sorry. I just looked at how long we've been filming. We filmed too much stuff. We're not gonna be able to show them today. Oh, darn, I really wanted to show you guys, but it's too much time. We've run out of time. So I guess you'll just have to tune into next episode, which will be the day after tomorrow, to figure out what one of these giant lizards are. I know you probably want to unsubscribe now because I really pulled a fast one on you and you're like, Dakota, was this just a ploy to get your average watch time up? It was, but here's my ideology. If you unsubscribe, you'll never know what the giant lizard is. You're trapped. You can't do anything. COVID has done many things to my brain. Alrighty, folks, I guess that's a video. You'll have to subscribe and tune in to figure out what's inside this giant cage. Trust me, it's worth the wait. This is my new favorite animal over here at DBCB Exotics. I absolutely love them, and I cannot wait to show them off, but I wanted to make this welcome back video and then start talking about the animals that we've got recently. So as always, folks, you can always find me over on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and then you guys just can't wait, and you're thinking to yourself, you're like, I can't, dude. I can't wait the 48 hours for you to show the new one. Please, I need to see the big lizard, Dakota. I have to see the big lizard, Dakota. Join in Patreon, patreon.com, right down there in the description. You Patreon members already know what the 2 giant lizards are. We have multiple videos on the giant lizards and what we're working with them within projects, things of that nature. We got a lot going on with them. Patreon.com is DBCB Exotics, right down there. A bunch of good stuff. Starts as low as $1 a month. You can tune in and figure out what these lizards are, or you can wait. I don't really, I guess I do kind of care. It'd be nice to get that $1, but who knows. As always, folks, thanks so much for taking the time out of your day to follow us over here at DBCB Exotics. We will see you next time, but until then, goodbye. Oh, am I gonna show you guys? Oh, did you see it? Did you see it? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm just being an asshole.